For the Maldives, climate mitigation efforts are central to the survival of the nation-state. Anthropogenic global warming, accredited to high levels of greenhouse gas emissions, is set to cause sea level rise anywhere between 9 to 80 centimetres by 2100. More than 80% of the Maldives lies at less than 1 metre above sea level, with the highest recorded elevation point at a mere 2.4 metres. In the coming years then, should no collective mitigation efforts be achieved, the Maldives, as well as many other low-lying small island states, will face physical extinction. We can understand then that international efforts to reduce
in
emissions
relation to
are
the
central
two-level
to the
game,
future
climate
and
change for
sustainability
citizens of the
countries
Maldives
such
is not
as the
viewed as an
Maldives.
economic nuisance nor a distant problem for future generations. Climate change is a tangible threat, with its effects already vastly felt. The two main industries of fishing and tourism have already been largely affected, as changes in the migration patterns of tuna, as well as increases in the occurrences of coral bleaching, flooding, and extreme weather events, have consequently brought about major declines in both industries. With the increase in flooding, saltwater intrusion has also contaminated many of the isolated islands' sources of fresh water, as well as the already scarce arable lands. For the Maldivian public, then, action against climate change is a central concern, and because of this, domestic politics and demands are already closely aligned with the positions taken within international relations. For the Maldives, however, conflicts of interest between domestic and international affairs are not the problem. In 2010, the annual budget saw a greater slice of domestic resources awarded to adaptation measures than for education reform. This surely highlights the cooperative support from the domestic public in regards to the cost of action against environmental change. The major challenges then for the Maldives rests on the lack of influence the state holds in international negotiation efforts.
Because of this, the Maldives acts collectively with states in similar positions. The Maldives operates as a member state of the Alliance of Small Island States, or AOSIS. Acting within an intergovernmental organisation such as AOSIS allows for the Maldives to boost its negotiating position regardless of its meagre economic and political standing. Within the UNFCCC climate negotiations, AOSIS works to voice the concerns of countries such as the Maldives and advocates
The Maldives
for strong
is also a
environmental
unique
commitments
country to
reduce
consider within
emissions in the
international
coming
climate
years.
change mitigation efforts, as despite its comparatively insignificant status, the Maldives has sought to lead by example, hoping to demonstrate to major players such as the US and China that all countries worldwide must play their part to halt anthropogenic climate change. The Maldives were the first to ratify the Kyoto Protocol, and in 2009 held an underwater cabinet meeting in hope of demonstrating the reality of the nation's situation should emissions fail to be cut. 2009 also saw the Maldivian president announcing the country's intentions of becoming carbon neutral by 2020. The proactive stance taken by the Maldives can also be seen as another means of boosting their negotiating position internationally. If a country with low institutional capacity and a limited resource base can make real sacrifices, powerful states in the global north then have no excuse for their lack of action.
Climate change poses real threats to international security and stability, and unfortunately, countries set to suffer the most are those within the global south. Climate change for countries such as the Maldives is increasingly threatening the future survival of the nation itself. Thus, should international mitigation negotiations continue to fail in providing binding agreements, environmental change will wreak absolute havoc worldwide.